Kim Russo has been called the best medium this side of the other world, and she gets in the zone with us today to discuss her Lifetime movie network show, The Haunting of, which just wrapped its 3rd season, and her new show, also on Element, Psychic Intervention, that debuted on November 22nd. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Of course. I'm a big fan of yours, and let's just put it out there. Is there anybody else here other than you and me?
There always is. It's just a matter of me listening to that world or not. So I choose to listen to you right now.
Oh, so it is selective. So
it's very selective for me.
How do you control that gift? Because it must be overwhelming if you have the other side just knocking for your attention.
It is, but when you... It's just like in life. You choose to listen to who you want to and who gets your attention the most. Some spirits, if they're really anxious and they're really persistent, even if I'm not listening, they will make sure I hear them. And when they do that, I give them my full attention because it takes a lot of energy for them to get my attention.
Mm-hmm. Now, when did you discover your gift?
I was really young. It goes back probably to the age of 9,
wow,
from what I could remember. But I really didn't start learning about how to use my gift until my late 20s.
Oh.
Yeah. I had 3 children, and I was busy raising babies, having babies, raising kids. And then after my 3rd one was born, things started happening that I couldn't explain, off the charts. Like, it became tenfold of what happened to me as a child.
So when you control that, I mean, that must just be incredible for you to come into it later in life.
Yes.
How has that impacted your personal life? Obviously, you've been able to make a career of it, but I'm sure it wasn't easy.
No, it took me a long time to even accept that, first of all, that this is real.
Mm-hmm.
I am a New Yorker, you know. I'm very skeptical.
Right.
I don't believe everything that I'm shown. I have to really... For me, you have to show me proof. Mm-hmm. And I did a lot of bargaining with them, and everything I wanted them to prove to me, they did. Mm-hmm. For years. It's like, if you're real, prove this. You know, show me this, or let me do this reading and be able to tell these people that about their loved ones, and
right,
it just never fails. It was really me learning how to be fluent in the language of spirit. So I had to really learn their language.
And when you say learn their language, when a spirit presents itself to you, is it in, let's say, auditory form? Do they present fully, physically? How does one present itself?
Yeah, that's a common question. Mostly if the spirit is earthbound or trapped, I have a better chance at seeing them like an apparition, pretty much like I'm looking at you.
Wow.
If they are in the light and they've crossed over and they were met by their loved ones and their guides and everyone else, usually it's audible, or I will see them in my mind's eye. Okay. And I will hear them and I will feel them.
Now, have there ever been certain spirits that have frightened you? I've seen in The Haunting of, you've been hesitant to go into certain places. Is there any spirit that you just will not open a door to?
Yeah, there are some evil ones that I know. There are certain locations that the producers really tried to get me to go to, like certain prisons in parts of the country that I refused to go. And I told them, first of all, I told them my guides would never allow me to go there because there's just too much evil that exists, and they haven't been able to secure this location for 3 seasons.
Wow.
And I told them they wouldn't be able to because my guides are really watching me.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. And as much as you have guides on the other side, you've been able to guide a lot of celebrities, and one of them in particular is Billy Ray Cyrus, which we have a video clip from The Haunting of.
I feel like his name is James or Jim.
What would be your response if I said to you the name James W. Ponder?
You have tears in your eyes.
Do you know who James W. Ponder is?
I don't, but you have tears in your eyes. So that means something to you.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me.
He was a soldier.
See
and
that?
He had 2 little girls.
Oh, man.
And he was killed in Afghanistan.
Oh.
And I sang at his funeral.
Wow.
Pretty powerful, right?
Very powerful. Now, which celebrity had the craziest ghost encounter that you experienced?
Oh, that's really hard to tell. Gee, there were so many. Well, one of the most unusual experiences was Coco Austin.
one of my good friends.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Funny, I should pick that. I didn't know. You should ask her. She had I call it unusual because she had a ghost who really was like
Handsy.
physically into her. You know, and that's not your typical.
No.
But
yeah,
you know, that was pretty interesting.
That is, I know that story well, and it's very interesting. Tell us about Psychic Intervention, your new show. What can audiences expect?
Wow, that's a deep, powerful, emotional show. I really connect with people on a soul level. Their loved ones come through from the other side, their spirit guides, whoever really has the ability to weigh in to help this person. I don't ever question the source of help. I just deliver the messages that the person so needs to hear. And I never know what that is, actually. I never know what it is that will strike a chord with a person. But whatever it is that years of conventional therapy hasn't been able to help them with, and they come for a reading with me, and this happens in my private practice a lot. Within one session with the other side, that people have told me that years of therapy couldn't give them the peace and the clarity that a message from the other side can give them, because it goes right to the source. It doesn't beat around the bush,
right?
And it holds the mirror up to the person's face, whereas they may not have been willing to even see the truth themselves.
Well, thank you for joining us today. It's been very insightful, and congrats on not one but 2 shows.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. For more on Kim Russo and her new LMN show, Psychic Intervention, check out KimTheHappyMedium.com. And for everything entertainment, go to FoxNews.com.